we come back, what happened during National Poison Prevention Week and how to reduce poison in your home. Well, I love this idea. I don't love, the National Poison Week. That's not what I'm talking about. But the thing that is going to help people reduce poisonous events in their home, this is it's going to be great. So we've got the president and CEO of Beaumont Group of Companies, Sylvia Beaumont, here. Let's talk a little bit about why this is important. National Poison Prevention Week just took place. And some of the stats out there are frightening, aren't they?
They sure are. And I guess the sad part is one of the alarming stats is that 65,000 children in North America under the age of 5 are exposed to toxins and hazards.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately. So it's really problematic. And approximately 250 pounds per North American is put in the water system a year.
Holy
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So unfortunately, and that actually goes right to the water system. When it goes down the drain, that's essentially what happens.
So the fish are exposed, and of course that water eventually comes back to us.
Exactly, and we just don't realize the impact that it has. And obviously for children, again, coming back to them, we really have to protect their future. And I think that it is essential that we find new ways to prevent toxins being put through the system.
More and more, thankfully, we're being given options for eco-friendly cleaning products, so we're happy about that.
Sure.
But one thing I still see whenever I try to clean my drain is that horrible skull and crossbones.
Absolutely.
I don't know how else to cut through all the hair that is clogging my drains except to use this horrific corrosive chemical.
No question.
Until now.
Well, this is it. And a lot of companies will allude to the fact that they're not corrosive, but at the end of the day, they are. And the added problem is that when they do go down the pipes, they actually don't work. It's a misconception. If you've tried some of these liquid toxins that you use to, clear your drain, unfortunately, it would take time. It's a terrible odor, very hazardous, and at the end of the day, it does nothing. It actually ends up corroding your piping system. So then, all of a sudden, you got to call the plumber, and who knows what the bill will be. The stat is approximately $100 just to get through the door, and who knows what's going to lie behind the pipes after that. So, it is a challenge. It is something that people are, it's a bone of contention for people because it's an area that's unknown and all of a sudden you become susceptible.
That's right. And you think you're doing what you can and to find out it doesn't even work and is causing damage at the same time.
This is the point, right? So
there is an option now. You're the president CEO of Beaumont Group of Companies.
Correct.
And this product is going to change everything, right? Drain FX.
Correct. Now, Drain FX was devised and designed by a plumber, a master plumber at that, and third generational, so somebody who really understands plumbing. And essentially at the end of the day, he wanted to develop a system that was eco-friendly and essentially would do what a plumber would do at a fraction of the cost. So that the consumer could have it in their home and basically do, if not better than what would essentially be done, because it's no heavy equipment, it's a much smaller concept, and it's
my stepfather had this snake thing that he used to send down the drain.
Snakes and augers, that's correct. They're very cumbersome, and to use them alone, especially as a female, I mean, it's almost next to impossible. And then when you do pull everything up, it's dirty, it's just filthy with the oil and the grease that go down the kitchen sinks, etc. So
how is this
with
different?
This, it's very different. It just actually attaches to a faucet with an aerator, with a removable aerator. And it just
You'll stick this straight to the faucet.
Exactly.
So you're going to use the water to help.
That's correct. And essentially what it does is it creates a small mini water pressure. So a water pressure that you would use outside, as we all know we use to clean. Essentially what you're doing is you're attaching that to the sink faucet, and it's creating a pressure washer that goes through your piping system and takes all of the debris away.
That makes so much more sense.
And there's nothing on the market like it. It's a game changer. Essentially we're changing kind of how they've done the industry.
Now, I can see here on the front, there is somebody setting it up, attaching it right to the faucet. So that's all we do. We just hook it up there.
That's correct.
And then I guess I'm going to turn this around now. This cable looks like it's pretty flexible, right?
That's correct. Well, actually, there's two versions.
Okay.
If we look at this one, it actually is for sinks and basins. So essentially, you would just do that for a sink area. And this is an extension hose which runs about 15 feet, so that you can not only do your sink with the plus version, but you also can do your shower and your bathtub at the same time.
This is for the sink that you're trying to clean.
Correct.
And then this one
can do the sink and everything else.
Can stretch so that you can pull this now over to where your tub tub is.
That is correct. And on top of that, we actually have an extension hose. I didn't bring everything, but you can even make it longer. And
even
then,
longer.
That's correct. And then the little piece on the other packaging is an adapter. So essentially it covers faucets that also pull out. So if you have a pull-out faucet, which is very popular now today, it's aesthetically appealing, you can actually attach the system to the pull-out with the adapter.
So you've thought of everything.
We have.
Tell me how it works. I know we're using the water pressure, but exactly what's going on?
So essentially what you're doing is you're attaching it to the, again, to the faucet, the aerator area. And what
so we'd have to pull our aerators off,
You do.
right?
You have to. It's actually fully, the instructions are completely on there. It's pretty user-friendly. It's very DIY. And essentially what you do is you just follow the instructions. And when you do attach it, what essentially happens is by using the hot and cold water together, at the same time, develops this pressure that essentially, and there's a patented technology inside of the unit that obviously causes this to happen. So it actually makes the water pressure 3, 4, 5 times what it would normally be, and then goes through the pipes and blows out all the debris.
Does the water ever, if it's such a bad clog, does the water ever back up and start spraying back at you in your face?
No, this is the beauty. If you actually go onto our site, there's actually a demo there which shows a clogged drain, and it just blows it out within seconds, like probably 3 to 4 seconds.
So all that hair,
all the hair,
that grease that we
and
put
oil,
down,
it takes it out completely.
Really?
So needless to say, we've been kind of we've been focused on as one of the companies to watch environmentally from an environmental perspective in Canada, because we are definitely eliminating toxins and providing a solution that works better than anything else out in the market.
Well, this is just it. Not only is it more environmentally friendly, it works, and it works better than anything that's out there.
Absolutely.
I just repeated exactly what you said.
Yeah.
That's obviously why you are the president and CEO of this company.
So
you know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
So drainfx.com, that's where we go to get more info,
That's
right?
correct.
Drain-fx.com. Really good. Can we buy stocks?
Oh, absolutely.
When we come back, tips to stay healthy and reduce sugar consumption, because it is, after all, National Nutrition Month. Why hasn't somebody done this?